Thank you.
I sent Judy on an errand, so the next item is the Harts Community Center. I'll pass over that. I don't think there's anybody here, but she may have something to report. I know Michael has a couple of issues that he talked about with us earlier, so we'll just wait till Judy comes back and Michael and Judy can get into that. McCorkle, we have a report from McCorkle. Anybody? No, we got. I seen the paper.
All right. McCorkle Community Center, the monthly meeting was held Tuesday, September 11th. The Government Day, which is scheduled for October 8th, is Columbus Day. It's been moved to the 15th. And November 12th is Veterans Day, and it's been moved to the 19th. Zumba classes, most Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we're working on eye clinic. And we want to thank the commission and Justin Blankenship for the internet service in the computer lab for the GED classes. An auction is scheduled Friday, this Friday, September 21st, 6 p.m. Concession stand will be operated by the center. And the showers installation is underway in the men's room. It's almost finished. Okay. Paper towels, soap dispensers are installed. Basketball rim up and ready. And the gutters need repair on the back side of the building. It's leaking really bad coming inside. And the work has begun on the parking lot. Thank you.
Okay, anybody got questions on it? I think we'll talk a little more about McCorkle when we get into, Mr. Burton has a report later, but we'll bring that up at that time about some of the things that happened with the McCorkle Center. On the next item on the agenda, the Trinity Church, we do have, you've been replaced. I had to replace you.
That's all right, you keep going.
The Trinity Methodist Church, we do have a letter whereby they have accepted the proposal that we gave them of the offer of $500,000 for the building. We've had an additional walkthrough and trying to get things reviewed, and with the intent, we've sent a letter to the prosecutor basically asking him to assist us in working through this, and as well as bringing up some type of contract or bill of sale saying, here's what we'll, when, and there's things over that they want to take out, and we've got to walk through and identify those and things, and when we can take over the building, and then we'll start talking about architect looking at it, saying, here's what needs to be done, put some priorities to that, and moving through it. But we are accepted, and we're at the point where I think we need to officially make the purchase. I think that I really want to wait till the next meeting to have that formally put on and make sure Jackie, he's told me once, but let him make sure that everything's in order on everything before we make the final commitment. We'll probably at the 4th meeting in October have that to make the formal purchase of that property. Back up to the Harts Community. I didn't cover it anymore. You had something to add, or Michael had a couple of issues that we talked about earlier. Is there anything that you have on?
No. But did you, on the McCorkle Community Center, did
Yeah.
Lawrence tell about the gravel and everything?
Yeah, he's give us a quick update. And some needs still yet. He's all the time looking for more, But the picture shows pretty good, don't it?
Looking good,
Yeah. But there is some money that Michael brought up earlier about the parts that needs to be spent as far as upgrades, some grants they've received, and also some issues about the Old Harts High School and trying to come up with a game plan to work with the school board and the community up there as to what can be done to maybe enter into a contract to use part of that facility and leave part of it up to the school system, or leave it undecided at this point. But my plan would be, after talking to Michael, to contact the superintendent of the schools, Trish Lucas, and see if they have reached any decision as to what they want to happen and when. And I think the concern that Michael shared with us was leaving the building unoccupied, unheated, that we've got issues of, that could, make the building less attractive and less healthy and all those things if mold grows in there and water gets in it, whatever. So we're just concerned that if we're gonna get in it and try to make a decision where we can afford to, how much, maybe we just need to put it back on the burner and talk to the school system about it. I know they got lots of issues coming up, trying to get everything ready, getting school going and getting a bond issue coming up. But I think this is the issue that we'll have to pursue if it's in the interest of the commission. Okay, that's all right. Down to the estate.
Next thing on the agenda is the estate of Lorena Stowers. At the last meeting, the sheriff had presented a letter to the commission concerning a stale check that had been left, and wanted to know whose responsibility it was. And so we wrote a letter to the prosecuting attorney, and he wrote one back, says, I am writing in regards to the Lorena Stowers estate. I have reviewed the letter sent to me by the Lincoln County Commission regarding the said estate. After reviewing the letter and documents provided, I have determined the money should be reimbursed to the estate, and it should come from the budget of the sheriff's office, since that appears to be where the problem occurred, leading to the money being lost to the Lorena Stowers estate.
How much was that?
$123.71.
Okay.
What line item it can be taken out of, I'm not sure. I will have to check with the auditor's office. But it's-
And if it's one of those things that there's money there, we can transfer it, we'll not, we'll cover it. But I think what we need to do is maybe entertain a motion from the commission to accept the recommendation of the prosecutor and to request the sheriff to comply, and then we'll work the details of that.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that.
Good motion and second. All yes, motion carries.
The next thing on the agenda is new business. I need a motion to approve the bills as submitted for payment.
Second.
Motion second, being all yes, motion carries.
I need a motion to approve the appointment, study vacation of the Lincoln County Commission by Merle U. Clark.
Second. Good motion and second, all yes, motion carries.
I need a motion to approve the appointments, wills, and settlements as submitted by Merle U. Clark.
So,
Second.
good motion and second, being all yes, motion carries.
I need a motion to approve the election officials for the upcoming general election to be held on November the 6th, 2012. And both Republican and Democrats have been submitted.
Good job.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
Good motion and second, all yes, motion carries.
I need a motion to appoint David Vicker Sheriff as administrator of the estate of William Sperry as requested by Michael D. Payne, attorney for plaintiffs Herbert Shelton, Austin Shelton, and Melissa Johnson.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
Good motion and second, being all yes, motion carries.
I need a motion to approve a donation in the amount of $1,000 for the West Virginia State Council Vietnam Veterans of America Mobile Wall. And what that is, they have a mobile wall that will go to every county in the state of West Virginia.
Second.
Motion and second, all yes, motion carries.
And Commissioners, our clerk has asked to speak concerning this.
Yes.
It's not directly concerning that, but it is on that line. And I believe the President, Mr. McCann, has a little bit of information on it, I'm not sure. But we have a artifact or a piece of history here that is deteriorating bad. And I'd say most people don't even know what it is. But out there on the bank is a World War I mortar launcher. It is cracked, the rain is getting down in it, freezing, expanding, so you know what happens. There's a chunk about that big gone out of it. If there's not a reason for that to be out there, why can't we move it out in front where the beautiful monuments are at for World War I and pay tribute to our veterans? And I believe Mr. McCann has a son maybe in the Guard. And that needs to be restored, moved out there, if not on a marble slab, maybe a pit where it went. I've seen pictures of it, and it's what it should look like, but we don't have the other part. But we do have that, and in honor of all veterans, more especially those that gave their life, I would like to see that moved from out there and put in a more proper place for the public can view it.
Yeah, I do have information. Michael and I, matter of fact, at the last commission meeting, closing down, and Tom Lauderman, who's a mechanical engineer, I believe, came in. He'd been out there looking at it and sort of said, you know, if you guys are interested, I'm certainly interested, there's other people interested, we'd like to do what you said, or move this, and he sort of sketched out nicely what it would look like on the platform that he talked about, and basically, I told him to go ahead and start working on it. If they needed funds to make it work, we'd be glad to do that. And so I hadn't heard back from him, but I think it is a worthy cause. And I was sitting there trying to think, the lady down the street, Helen Taylor, it was her dad who brought it back, and she had contacted us back once before, Mae McComas and her did, about doing something that don't let it be destroyed. And that's when the discussion started about a year ago, doing something. And I think it's to the point now where Mr. Logwin has said he would take the responsibility to make things happen and get it done, and it needs to be done.
May I add one more thing?
Sure.
I talked to Ed Mills, and we know who he is. And he assured me that he would do everything possible if we couldn't get the metal put back in, to fiberglass it and clean it up and so at a very minimal cost. But I would be willing to help in any way that I can.
I'm sure that it's one of those things that a true-blooded American would be glad to help out, because it's, one of those things we have a hard time attaching to, the first war that we ever fought on a worldwide basis. And but
I talked with Tom yesterday about it too. I think, when you look at these things, we all got really good memories as we grow up. As we get older, memories kind of fade, and this is one of the kinds of things we don't want to fade from our memories. And as our generations go on, those heroics and those things that make us what we are sometimes forgotten. And I think this would be a really good thing to do, to kind of make sure when you come up to the courthouse here, you're always reminded of those people that did serve and that did sacrifice. So I'm 100% behind it. I think it's a great idea.
Commissioners, would it be appropriate for me to volunteer to contact Mr. Loggerman and see if we can't get things moving?
sure.
And,
Yeah, anything we can do, and we basically, Michael, I told him we couldn't, if he needed something, come to us, but we were just, actually, the meeting was over, and he just saw us in here, and he walked in, and conversation started, so,
I'll contact him and see if we can get things moving.
good deal.
Next thing on the agenda, the sheriff approached us needing some repairs done in his office. We have received 2 bids concerning that. One was from Williamson Contracting and one was from Poly Construction. The one from Williamson was in the amount of $17,860. The one from Poly Construction was $20,029.34.
And just for information's sake, the other commissioners and the public, Mr. Vicker might want to just give us a snapshot of why and what we're going to get there if the award this.
Well, the sheriff's office, when the tax deputies, what really brought this to my attention was when they collect taxes, they're sitting well below the window of collecting the taxes. When people look in, they're actually looking over top of their head. So what we wanted to do was to put a platform, raise them up to where they would be eye level with everybody else, and enclose the part that's there, it's got all that black and those big windows and all, and enclose that with some mirrored glass to try to make it look good. And then we were going to put a laminated floor in that area of where the tax deputies are working at. It's pretty much what we wanted to do. I think it's for safety because, like I said, when they're there and their money's there, how easily could somebody come in, reach, get them, you know, before they even know what happened. So that's our main concern, is for safety in the sheriff's office.
And we're going to improve the looks of it.
It'll improve the looks of it tremendously.
If you go in there and look now, when you go into the sheriff's office, if you're like me and you've got to pay those taxes, you don't even want to turn loose your money. If it's looking better, maybe it'll help. It does look pretty ragged.
Well, I'm sure there's more traffic being here in that office than there is anywhere else in the courthouse, you know, so it's, that was my idea in trying to make it look better and to make it more safe.
And I question, about it being short term, you think, what you're doing, let's think through this, and we talked about it for a month or two, maybe 3 months, I don't know. That the next sheriff and the sheriffs will come, this is one of those things that's gonna work, and we both have looked at it and talked about it, and we believe that it's a good improvement to the courthouse.
And Commissioners, may I add too, that we have 2 different grants that we can use that money in repairs to the courthouse.
Okay. Bring it to motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'll say that.
And motion and second, to award the contract. Then all yes vote, motion carries.
I need a motion to approve the budget revision to be